Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be unscrewing the top of the grinder to make it coarser, or to take the top off. Okay, so pretty much what you got to do is you got to hold down the pushing pin, which is where my thumb is. Okay, and we're going to go in a clockwise direction. So we're going to go in a clockwise direction. As you can see here, what we've got is we've hit a point where there's a screw. Okay, so there's a locking pin, so we have to remove that before we can go any further. Your grinder might have it or it might not. So what you need is just like a little screwdriver, flat head, okay, and it just goes inside that little hole. We'll just unscrew it out. Okay. And what you can use is, obviously you want to make sure the grinder's turned off as well before we do this. Okay. Unplug it. What I've got is like a little hook, but you can also use like a paper clip or something like that to push it out a bit further. Grab it with fingers and it looks like that. Okay, keep that in a cup somewhere safe, and we're going to continue going clockwise. So unscrews like this. Okay, and it'll come apart, as you can see. So what we've got is we've got the bottom blade, which sits there, top blade, and you've got all these grooves. Okay, it's a thread. So what's happened with your grinder is there's coffee caught in there. Okay, so what you can do is here at the warehouse we just use either a toothbrush or a brush, paintbrush, even like really fine steel wool. If you haven't got that available, just maybe stick to your brushes. Okay, so that's what our steel wool looks like, really fine stuff. So what you want to do is you want to get into those grooves and clean it right out, okay, as best as possible. And you also want to clean inside here as well. So as you can see, it's also got thread and there's heaps of coffee built up in there. So you want to clean in there as best as possible. This is where your paper clip's going to come in handy. Obviously here in the warehouse we just have like I call it like a dentist clip, but obviously anything with a sharp point will clean that thread out. So just go hard with that, clean it all out until it's spotless or as clean as possible. So then that means you'll be able to get back to the same point where you were earlier, or you can even go finer. And then obviously brush it all out clean. We're a little bit spoiled here. And then what we do is, after it's all spotless, you can spend your time doing that. You just obviously go in the opposite direction to screw it back in. So push down your locking pin, and we are going anti-clockwise. Your grinder should have a white mark on it, but obviously that's not relevant when it's completely off its thread. So what you want to do is you want to go, so the blades are touching, so pretty much you can't go any further than you can go, so the touching is fine as possible. And then what you then do is then you go clockwise back to the white mark, or close to it where you were before. So what I recommend is always mark your grinder where it is at the moment before you start doing any jobs, so then at least you know where to go back to. Okay, thanks.